Welcome to Main Street Minds with your host, Amish Munchi. This is where industry leaders and seasoned pros share their secrets to success beyond limits. Let's dive in.
Hello and welcome to Main Street Minds. Today we have a very special guest, Shikar, over here with us, and I'm very excited because he's our first guest who's able to come back and share even more exciting things with us. So I'm really pumped up to learn more about everything that's happening. I always love it when I see good progress going on and innovation happening. So looking forward to it. So Shikar, tell us what's keeping you busy.
Yeah, so we are working on. So I'm currently involved with two startups. One
Hmm.
is what we had spoken about last year,
Yeah.
but this one is in the healthcare space, which
Hmm.
combines AI and computer vision to build out strength and
Hmm.
reduce the risk of falls for older adults.
Interesting. Yeah.
So this is a big problem that we are trying to solve. I mean, as of last year, we found that it's costing us at about $55 billion per year just
Yeah.
related to falls. And
Wow.
even if we can kind of reduce that by a fraction of a percentage, that's still a big number.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is expected to grow to over 100 billion within the next 4 to 5 years. So
Yeah.
it is exponentially increasing. I'm sure every one of us has some story or the other related to someone in our family, friends, circle
Hmm.
falling and hurting themselves and etc.
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
So this is very exciting. Um, we have actually built out a technology which is very innovative and are in the process of filing a patent for this.
Hmm.
Um, so it is imminent. I think it should have been filed this week, but for the because of the holidays in India,
Sure.
etc.,
Yeah.
we were not able to. I think it will probably get filed next week.
Makes sense. So tell us a little bit more about it. Like, how does computer vision and AI kind of help a person from not falling?
Yeah, so it's essentially if you boil it down, it's an exercise program, but we are not an
Hmm.
exercise app
Hmm.
because what we focus on is, and we very much focus on what is known as the self-determination theory, which is used to encourage behavior change. And
Hmm.
I think that is the most important criteria because for older adults, we need to get them into the habit. Everybody knows things like, you need to floss, but does everybody do it? Or,
Yeah.
everybody knows that you need to do the exercise to keep healthy and fit and
Hmm.
all. How many people actually do it?
Yeah.
So the idea is for us to kind of coach through the app
Hmm.
and enforce some sort of a behavior change so that they actually continue to do these
Hmm.
exercises, building their strengths and reduce their risk of falls so that
Yeah.
actually it will help in their day-to-day lives. For example, carrying their grandchildren, going
Yeah.
out for a walk, carrying groceries from the car back, etc., etc. So there's a lot of things that I personally am learning just from the point of view of how do day-to-day things, simple things impact
Hmm.
older adults with, maybe having limited mobility or a
Yeah.
surgery or things like that. So our app is actually an app that will use computer vision.
Hmm.
Installs on your, regular mobile phone, Android
Yeah.
or iOS,
Yeah.
and they'll use an iPad to put it up and they'll do the exercise in front of it.
Yeah.
And what we do is we actually capture their landmark positions of how they're
Hmm.
doing the exercise. We analyze it against an expert doing the same exercises and provide immediate feedback. I think
Hmm.
the biggest problem with all these exercise programs, unless you are doing personal coaching,
Hmm.
you do not have any feedback.
Hmm.
So this is especially true for older adults who are afraid to hurt themselves. If they
Hmm.
do things wrongly, then they might hurt themselves. So they
Yeah.
just don't do it. And I
Yeah.
think this is an attempt to kind of provide immediate corrective feedback
Hmm.
based on your level of expertise
Yeah.
so that you can actually build it, little by little and improve.
Makes sense. And what were some of the challenges that you had to like overcome? Like, was it like it sounds like something that should be done, but when we start to do it, there is always like, oh, but this was like this was
Yeah.
more
Yeah. So
complicated
actually,
than
I think
what we thought.
a real big challenge for us was the post detection and
Hmm.
figuring out whether the person is doing it correctly or not. I think
Hmm.
that is the biggest challenge
Hmm.
because everybody's mobility is different. So if you are expected to be, lifting your foot, everybody lifts it at a different height,
Yeah.
in a different at different speeds and all of that. So
Yeah.
I think that was the computer vision portion was very difficult, but I think we have kind of solved the problem now. We have a working prototype with few exercises in place now, and we are in the process of reaching out to VCs and funding and all that. So that we can build out the whole product. And actually, next step is to kind of engage actual users who will
Hmm.
sign up. It's a subscription model, so they will sign up and do the exercises. Our one of our biggest target is also, you know, there's two ways of doing this. Is one is the actual users themselves,
Hmm.
the older adults, and then the other target audience is also their children who are in the 40s or late 30s,
Yeah.
40s, 50s, who have parents who
Hmm.
will benefit from this, so that then they can actually subscribe for their parent, give it as a gift or whatever. uh,
Yeah.
so
And
yeah, that's.
I'm just curious, like this could be expanded into other cases as well, right? Like anything with physical therapy, this could be.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Yes, yes. Yes. So there are some players out there who do this, but they don't do this. They are very focused on a very limited set of, let's say, maybe just doing physical therapy. Or
Hmm.
one of the big challenges that we found during our due diligence was all these falls that related to older adults falling. They go through the hospital, surgery, whatever, and then
Hmm.
they get a set of recommended exercises that they have to do. When
Yeah.
they do that, when they go home, patients may not always do those exercises, right?
Yeah.
But maybe 6 months later, a year down the line, they fall again. It's the same issue, but they never did the exercises.
Hmm.
But the hospital cannot say that, oh, you didn't do the exercise, so we
Yeah.
won't take care of you or whatever. So they incur the cost again, right? So the insurance
Yeah.
company is paying multiple times for same issue.
Mhm.
And I think with this, uh, we will be able to actually validate how
Hmm.
often they did the exercise, how well they do it,
Hmm.
and all those metrics will be there. In fact, we are also hoping to capitalize on this information and maybe partner with some of these big um,
Hmm.
providers of healthcare or hospitalization kind of solutions like Philips or GE Healthcare or Siemens Medical and all those who have such solutions for hospitals. So they will benefit a lot from the data that we are capturing
Yeah.
because it will be a lot of data will be collected based on
Hmm.
users how they're doing and stuff like. Obviously there are privacy concerns and stuff like that, so we will anonymize all the data, etc. But
Sure.
we can
Makes
get
sense.
some solid insights from this.
Yeah. Yeah. And like just curious, like you said it's still in patent filing stage, right? Like when do you go live with this, and when who will be the first set of customers?
Yeah, so we have built out the proof of concept.
Hmm.
At this point, we have proven the technology,
Hmm.
and we are currently in the process of, building out the product, which means we need to hire a lot of people and
Hmm.
build it out. So, which means, we have to raise some capital,
Hmm.
etc. So that's where we are right now. But the idea is once we have maybe 6 to 8 months down the line, some
Hmm.
sort of a MVP, minimum viable product that we can actually start using or giving it to customers, we
Hmm.
will do an active marketing campaign to kind of
Yeah.
do a go to market launch.
Makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Cool. And so like just curious, how did you come up with this idea? And like, I hope nothing wrong happened to anybody that you know. But how did you like, how did you come up with this
So
idea?
it's very interesting because our CEO who had an incident, and so that got him thinking, and he
Mhm.
actually came up with the idea that what if we could build something like this.
Yeah.
And so he just and I answered an ad, and essentially we talked, and he said, do you want to come on board as a co-founder? So I said, yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of got involved, and
Makes
I'm
sense.
now, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. So just curious, how are you able to like manage having multiple responsibilities, right? Like is it super challenging? Like how are you able to like do this?
It is challenging because that other startup is also kind of getting traction now.
Yeah,
So it is kind of challenging. But I'm managing somehow,
sure.
and burning the midnight oil, for example. Like last night, I woke up at 1 o'clock, and with something or the other going on in my head, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to go to sleep, so I'll just go in and implement it. So I did. Yeah. So it's kind of like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the life in a
And
startup world, right?
yeah, and like on the technology side, like what is involved? Like what tools and resources are you using?
Yeah. Yeah. So great question. So we are this app is a mobile app. So we are
Mhm.
using React Native as a
Okay.
platform to build out the actual app. But behind the scene, there's a lot happening with AI as well.
Mm-hmm.
And we are leveraging a lot of AI, and we are going to build out so many agents that they will actually, we will have an agent to kind of um, have milestones, or this is your 10th exercise or 50th exercise, or
Mm-hmm.
you improved your form by this much and all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
those sort of things. And there's a lot of analytics that will go in because computer vision is non-trivial, right? So we get frames at the rate of these new phones are giving it at 30 frames per second. So for
Yeah.
every frame, we are analyzing whether the user is in the correct form and all that. So it's a lot of data. So we will build out a lot of AI, leverage a lot of AI to build out
Mm-hmm.
analytics. And then if we are targeting the younger, older adults, like their
Mm-hmm.
children and stuff, then we also expect them to be able to log into the platform
Sure.
and see how their older adult is doing. So we will come up with analytics for them as well, like
Mm-hmm.
your older adult improved their score by this much and stuff like that. And we have
Yeah.
a concept of a proprietary score
Yeah.
based on how they are doing, and then based on how they do the exercise on a day-to-day basis,
Mm-hmm.
we will adjust so that we will increase the difficulty automatically or reduce the difficulty
Yeah.
depending on how well they are doing the exercise.
Yeah.
So, you know, at bottom line is safety first.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And I think the one of the most important things was going to be like, did you have to like partner up with some existing providers to like see like what is the recommended, what are people doing? Like, how did you come up with the actual exercises?
So our chief science officer, she is a PhD in kinesiology,
Mm-hmm.
and she is a very well known person in this field.
Mm-hmm.
She has a lot of experience with older adults, and so
Mm-hmm.
she has done a lot of work with older adults. So she's the one who's come up with all these exercises that are, proven to be, science-backed exercises that are
Mm-hmm.
proven to improve and reduce the risk of balance for.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense. So, and just curious, like when did you get started with this and how long does it take for like just I'm looking at it from an audience perspective. If somebody says, "Oh,
Yeah, sure.
why don't
I
why
think
don't why
so.
don't we do
So
this?" And why don't when we are having these discussions outside, people always have like some idea saying, "Hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we do that?" But in reality, to go
yes.
from a thought to something that can actually be available in real world? Like what was involved in like it and
Absolutely, yes. Yes, so I'm fortunate to be working with our chief architect,
hmm
who I have worked with for a very long time. I've known him for over 30 years, and he is ex-Google, ex-Meta, and also he's a brilliant guy,
hmm
MTech from IIT Mumbai. And so he and I kind of worked together, and we started last January.
Oh wow. Yeah.
So it's been about a little over a year, and we first 6 months we were just proving the technology or trying to figure out and stuff like
hmm
that. So by late summer last year, we kind of figured out that okay, this is looks something really good, and we can patent this.
hmm
So late, October, November timeframe, we got started with the patent filing and
hmm
stuff like that. So now we are at a point where we've drafted the patent. It's all ready to go, and
Cool.
we have the final draft, and our lawyer should be filing it shortly.
Nice,
Uh,
nice.
so,
Yeah.
so I think we are just waiting for the filing so that now we can actually put a patent pending technology stamp on all our
Yeah.
literature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And then, like, when do you start seeing some kind of revenue from all of this? Like, do you as soon as like do you have ready customers that you're able to like reach out?
No, I think we will have to reach out. It will be a solid marketing campaign
Sure.
to reach out to a lot of older adults. And one of the things, we are thinking about is to maybe partner with physical therapist type of people,
hmm
or hospitals, or even reach out to retirement communities, or
hmm
leverage some of the contacts that our CSO has, etc.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's how we will start out. Obviously, for
sure.
founding members, we will have heavily discounted rates,
hmm
but otherwise, yeah, that's the
Yeah.
plan.
Makes sense. So cool, cool. So apart from this, like how are you able to like manage kind of like being able to do all of this and like still being able to like have you did mention morning midnight oil, but do you get any time off in weekends? What else are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm trying to keep it so that I'm able to spend time with the family and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
weekends, evenings, um, I don't really do
Okay.
a whole lot of, yeah. So
Yeah.
we go
And
for hikes and etc. So yeah, my wife and I are both avid outdoorsy people. So we go for hikes and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And one question that almost most people ask is, did you use any AI to develop the platform itself, or was it
No.
the
No, it was all hand built.
okay?
We built it by hand. So I mean, there is no AI involved. At
Mhm.
least so far, the proof of concept is all built out.
Okay.
So we haven't used any AI platforms yet.
Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's like just to kind of understand the maturity level where things and tools and resources are, right? Like they're growing at a very fast pace, but
Yes,
I don't think
absolutely. Yes.
it definitely still needs more people to get stuff done.
Yes, yes. So one of the things that I have seen is it's very easy to come up with a quick prototype with AI,
hmm
but it is extremely difficult to get it to production level.
Yeah.
And that is the challenge that I see time and again with a lot of people. Is the hardest part is getting it to production.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's not non-trivial. So I think
Yeah.
eventually, we will do AI for post detection as well.
Sure.
That's the plan.
hmm
But I think for that we will need some solid resources in terms of
hmm
compute power, and obviously we don't have it, so we'll have to rent it out. So
hmm
which means we'll need the funds for that. So
Sure.
yeah, that's why the current focus is raise some money,
Yeah.
get some people, build out a
hmm
product, and then we'll go look at the other stuff.
hmm Makes sense. So cool,
Yeah.
cool. Sounds great. This was really, really interesting. Do you? I think one of the important questions I would like to see is like, what is it going to be called? Do you have a name for it?
Yeah, so we are calling it Balance Guru.
Balance Guru. Cool.
Yeah, Balance Guru. So, Balance Guru. So, a couple of things I think for older adults, typing is obviously not such a great. So, we will have an audio kind of
hmm
a discussion point, and we have long list of things that we want to put into that. But
Yeah,
Balance Guru is that's why I mean my email address you must have
sure.
seen.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
Yeah,
balanceguru.ai, right?
yeah,
Cool, cool. So right now, if somebody wants to learn a little bit more, they should just go to the website and like reach out
that's
to
right.
the
Yes,
team.
yes, absolutely. Just go to the
Cool.
website balanceguru.ai. You'll find out, and there's a button there to sign up and be aware of what's going on and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay, that is really cool. So yeah, I really appreciate you sharing all of this stuff that is coming up and like exciting stuff. And thanks for I know it's this is the probably the most busiest part of the product. So thanks for taking special time and like coming and sharing all of this with us.
Sure, sure. Happy to do so. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a wrap on today's episode of Main Street Minds. Want to share your journey with our audience? Head over to mainstreetmindspodcast.com/guest to apply.